Hey guys, Mike Bonadio here. So, is dropshipping dead in 2024? Is it dead in 2026? How about 2093? How about 2164? Is dropshipping dead? Is it dead yet? How many deaths has it had? Has it come back to life? Is it dying a second time? Is it like The Walking Dead? Is it a zombie business model? Yes, dropshipping has changed for sure throughout the years. But let's take a broader perspective here. Dropshipping is not new. I want you to understand that right now. Dropshipping is not new. It didn't come out 6 months ago. It didn't come out last year. It didn't come out in 2019. I've seen old Volusion stores, if you even know what Volusion is, from the late 90s doing dropshipping. Dropshipping's been around for over 20 years easily, and probably all the way back to the dotcom boom, so mid-90s. It's just a business function, guys. It's not some hot new ice cream flavor. It's not a hot new trend. It's not a cronut. It's a business function. The problem is most people don't really have the business savvy or marketing skills to do it properly. And customers have become more sophisticated. They can start to identify these stores more often. And it's really not hard to, because so many people that start a dropshipping store put just like almost no effort into the store. It looks like a dropshipping store because the people behind it are lazy. Most people do not do it properly. And unfortunately, those people kind of ruin it for the rest of us who actually do it properly, because it gives that business model a bad name. It gets associated with spam and just very amateur looking. It's definitely changing for sure. It's changing in a good way, I would say, because it's filtering the people out who are just being lazy and are actually not building anything that's quality, and it makes things easier for people who are actually good and are doing it the right way. Okay, so now we've established that, let's talk about the different kinds of dropshipping stores that you may come across. I only learned about a couple of these recently because I was doing it my way, which is to me the best way and the only way to do it. So let's go over a few of the types here. The type that you'll see that is the most common, because it's really what it is to build a brand, is just a multi-product store. This is just a store with a lot of products in it inside of one niche. Okay, so if you have a pet clothing, it's a pet clothing store with lots of different types of pet clothing. If you have something for parenting, it's a parenting store with lots of products for parents, etc., etc. Okay, so that's just a multi-product store. And that's really like what all of retail is built on top of. And that's how I built my store. I had a niche. I filled my store with products that were specific to that audience, and that was it. I sold those products. Now, another model that you may see, usually if you're digging into the weeds on Reddit or some of these dropshipping Facebook groups or whatever, are people building a one product store. The concept behind that is to just find a single product, usually that's trending, build a store for that single product, and then run ads to that store and only sell that one product. So there's some pros and cons there. I personally like that it's very few moving parts, just like one product to deal with, one product to push, and just, you only have one thing to focus on. Now, I don't like it for the reasons that you only have one product. So you're limited on how far you can take that store. And more often than not, those stores are attached to a trend. So when the trend dies out, your store is going to die out with it. So these one product stores aren't really built for long lasting. So if you want quick money that's maybe a burst, then one product store may be able to help you do that. I don't know, because you could also burn a bunch of money on whatever product you choose and end up with just a bunch of lost money. You can't cross-sell or upsell, right? If the customer buys that one product, what else are you going to sell them after that? There's nothing else you can sell them. You have a single product. So you can't upsell them during checkout. You can't cross-sell them when they're shopping around. and you can't really there's no reason for them to come back a second time to buy something else. Why would they need duplicates of the same thing they bought from you the first time? And the third type that you will see, or that you'll hear about, I don't actually find them unless I'm talking to dropshipping people and they're just wanting my opinion on their god-awful looking store, is just what's known as a general store. I personally don't understand the purpose behind a general store other than for the fact that it's used for testing. So if you have a general store with just no niche, there's no specific audience, it's just like, you could call it something extremely generic like dolphinfart.com. The products you put into it are from a variety of niches, whatever you are testing. So many problems with this model. First of all, there's no niche. There's no specific audience. You're just sort of selling everybody, anything to everybody. So when I think of a general store, I think of Amazon. Amazon just literally sells everything to anybody. The problem with general stores, one of many, is that the first thing you're doing is you're competing with Amazon. You may not think of it that way, but you are. Because all these general stores I've seen, they all sell the same exact shit you can find on Amazon. And there's no brand, there's no, brand voice, there's no theme, there's no messaging that makes sense. You're not speaking to a single type of customer, you're just speaking to anyone with a pulse. I understand that it may be useful for testing, but beyond that, I don't see how it has any real purpose whatsoever. Since you're combining a bunch of niches all under one roof, it also makes cross-selling very bizarre and difficult. The person who buys the Chihuahua sweater, you're not going to try to upsell them a pasta machine. So it's ridiculous. Just stay away from general stores. I would say out of those three types, I personally like the multi-product store the best because I don't have to worry about trends or what's hot at the moment that's going to die out in 3 months. So I don't think about, oh, what's the magical unicorn product I need to get? I just build a store for a specific type of person and then put products in the store that they would need. And then that's it. That's how you get them to come back over and over and over because that store is built specifically for them. And a multi-product store gives you a lot more range on the amount of sales you can do because you simply have more products to sell. Dropshipping is not dead. It's not dead in 2024. It's not dead in 2038. You are safe. Don't worry. You're safe to start a dropshipping brand in 2024. Really can't think of many other business models that you can get started so easily for virtually nothing. Okay, so if you want to start a store, check out my Shopify deal in the description. Get started. Start building now. Start building a brand. Start thinking properly, long term. Fill your store with products that serve a specific audience and keep pushing that. Make that your daily focus. If you guys like this video, be sure to check out this video right here for even more help with dropshipping. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and turn on your bell notifications so you don't miss my new videos.